The college basketball experience preview and picks episode and bracket reaction episode on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by our very own Bracket Madness contest. Yes, we're giving away $5,000 in prizes, and it's completely free to enter. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/bracket. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/bracket. And remember, as always, folks, to let it ride.
This is Martin Cleese, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Yes. Woo! Welcome to the college basketball experience bracket reaction show. We are home, folks. YouTube.com/the college experience. Jump on over there, hit that like and subscribe button, and I am home. Damn it. It feels everything's new again, right? It's new again, but I'm home. I'm home here at the SGPN studios in Los Angeles, California. Yeah. I mean, look, I almost had a delayed flight on the connection. I've been looking at the bracket, trying to just put together stuff. The Wi-Fi on the fucking flights going in and out. I'm sitting there like, no. I'm arguing with pricks I don't even know. It's March, baby. Let's go. If you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, my name is Colby Swinging Database Dan, aka Pick Don D. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
And you're nothing but a chameleon, lemon-headed, coward, terrorist pussy. And I'm after you, buddy. You're going to pay for it. Good night.
Oh, boy. It feels good. I'm looking at a paper bracket. I mean, feels good to be back here, man. Tear it up over here. We got a real field. We're going to be pissed drunk in 72 hours. This is the point of life. It's the point of life. I am joined by my co-host, who is also the host of the College Football Experience. And look, this guy, shout out to him and Tailgate Report, because I feel like this guy's face is on everything I see right now, right? Just random people on random people on Twitter who I have no idea who they are, not even tagging us, just scrolling down. Oh, that's a photo of Mac. Who the fuck is this? Give it up for former staffer at Austin P with the Governors, South Carolina with the Gamecocks, and West Virginia with the Mountaineers, Ryan McIntyre, aka Moneyline Mac. What's up, man?
What's up, man? Yeah, you are looking live March Madness. We got a bracket. Let's talk about it.
Mac tonight. Come on, make it Mac tonight.
And we're joined by a third man in the booth that will also be in Las Vegas, Nevada with us. He is the host of the College Baseball Experience. Make sure you check out that podcast. Give it up for the great Noah Bieniek. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing great, boys. Happy to finally have a bracket. Very much looking forward to heading out to Vegas this week and hanging out with you guys in person. But even more looking forward to some of the great games that we have on tap and dissecting it all here on the College Basketball Experience for the next couple of days.
Yeah, I mean, a lot to digest. I've been arguing with people. Mac's been arguing with people. I'm sure you have, Bieniek, even if it was us or your dad or something. Somebody, I feel like an uncle that's
nice
in your zone.
echo chamber. Yeah, I got no arguments going on. I don't need any of that shit.
I love it. Fuck all these people.
I'm in my zone.
Great. It's great.
There we go.
I have a bracket. I'm in my happy place. Nobody's bringing me out.
Well, I mean, should we just
Colby and I like getting in the dust ups. That makes us happy.
Yeah. I had someone accusing me of I never think outside the box that we're in, essentially, right? Like they're like, hey, The reason why I can't do your podcast is I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I like to think like you could say a lot of things about me, right? You could say I'm a fucking pile of shit, a gap tooth idiot. This camera makes me look fat as fuck. But also, maybe I am fat as fuck. Maybe that's what's happening in Carolina. Too many of those goddamn barbecue nights. But anyway, I mean, they're coming at me saying, "Hey, yeah, that's why I can't listen to you. Everyone's got to think like you." What are you talking about? Me and Bieniek argue every day. Me and Mac argue about West Virginia every day, right? I mean,
Me and Bieniek argue every 10 minutes.
Camera adds a couple hundred
actually
pounds.
Where I was arguing was it broke out in our group chat of all places.
I was like, "Oh, fuck you!" And
I mean, there's nothing to argue about today either.
Well, I think. Well, I mean, let's start off from there. All right, 68 teams in. Do you think they got the right 68? Because I feel like they did a pretty damn good job. The only thing I would say, if I had to nitpick, maybe I'd put the Aztecs in over SMU. Maybe that one is one I'd actually just have to have a conversation about. But I think they did a pretty good job. It's not like the elephant in the room like years past when, last year was West Virginia, or the year before, 2 years ago or 3 years ago, Xavier, when they had Lexington Steel there. Mac, what do you think?
I would have put San Diego State in over SMU or Texas. I don't understand the whole Texas being in the field. I thought that they really stumbled down the stretch, and I didn't really like the resume either. But I mean, I'm not. They didn't miss as bad as last year, but they also set the bar extremely low last year when they rigged the whole thing for North Carolina. Unfortunately,
and Texas.
Yeah, and Texas. Unfortunately for me, last year I was actually really pissed off because it was the Mountaineers that really got fucked. But this year, more so just the seeding and putting a certain team in a playing game.
Yeah, I mean we can go to that in a second. But Bieniek, your thoughts on the field of 68? Would you have switched out maybe San Diego State over SMU, or perhaps Max saying a team over Texas or the Pussy Pack?
No, I've got no real qualms or complaints about the job the committee did this year. You can nitpick at everything every single year. And I feel like if we're making a big shtick out of it this year, I'm convinced that we're just going to scream at clouds at all times. There could be small seed line changes. I think we point at like some big ones. St. John's sweeping the Big East and getting a 5 seed. That one doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Utah State sweeping the Mountain West, getting a 9 seed, probably could have been a little bit higher than that, or an 8 seed, wherever they were in that matchup. You also had Vanderbilt, who played in the SEC championship game, knocked off Florida, could have maybe been a little bit higher. Miami, Ohio, going 31-1, could have been out of the play-in game. But
yeah, I mean that's the one.
The one. I mean, I can totally see their angle of albeit I am totally on the side of nobody wanted to schedule them in the non-conference because they brought back 5 seniors that played big time minutes for them last year. They were an experienced group that had 25 wins the season before. Nobody wanted to schedule them. But at the same time, on paper and what we've seen so far this year is like they haven't played somebody. So let them play somebody on the huge platform that is the first 4. It's basically a home game for Miami. And I think it's a winnable game. I do. I think it's winnable
SMU. Too. I think it's winnable, especially knowing that it'll be a home crowd. But I still just think you've hurt college basketball long term for putting in a team that went 31-1 in a play-in game. I don't give a fuck. Like I said, I don't give a fuck what conference you're in. To me, you go 31-1. You should not even sniff a play-in game. You should be like a fucking 7 seed to me at the worst. You know what I mean? 31-1.
And Akron is somebody. Everybody keeps saying they didn't play anybody. I watched Akron. Akron has gone 42-2, or sorry, 40 and what, 2 in the last 2 years in the MAC. Like they've been dominant in this league, and they've almost pulled off upsets in the NCAA tournament. They're like, this is a good fucking team, and the MAC took care of business in the non-con. Bowling Green, dominated K-State on the road. Eastern Michigan won in Cincinnati. UMass went fucking 2-0 against the ACC. They finished 8th. So, like, it drives me insane, this narrative that the MAC is nobody. The MAC is a good basketball league.
Yeah, that was one of the arguments I was in. Was I was like, I think the MAC's actually a pretty good basketball conference. Like, it's not like saying the Summit League or some shit to me. Correct. You know what I mean? Like, there's a difference to me, and the MAC is a good. And shout out to Alright giving us $50. Enjoy Vegas, gentlemen. He says he's taking the Redskins money line.
By the way.
Obviously baked, hell of a nice guy. $50. Let's beat the books, guys. But yeah, I mean that's the elephant in the room, and I think regardless of what happens, this has an impact. It has an impact that we're probably going to deal with over the next, until they change their metrics. Which who knows?
I think it goes until they change the way they go about non-conference scheduling. Like if Miami, Ohio is able to play some of the big boys and sit at that table, we get some results, and it's going to figure itself out one way or another. Either Akron's going to take 3 or 4 losses in non-conference to good teams, and everybody's like, oh, they played these teams, they don't have a quad 1 win, instead of being like, they didn't play a quad 1 win against power conference team all year long. Or you can look at it and say Miami, Ohio has a win or 2 over a power conference team. Then it just solves itself. Just don't. I just think
a quad 1 win is fucking subjective. You know what I mean? That's the problem to me. Is we're putting too much weight into subjectivity. Is like 31-1. At what point does the record just mean the record in a decent basketball conference?
Well, I'm just trying to explain to you how they're looking at it.
But I'm saying they ruined they've hurt the sport today with that, because teams in the future. Because
I'm saying they've hurt the sport months ago when they didn't schedule them.
Sure, but I'm saying, like, I don't expect them to be scheduling any teams that bring back. Like, I talked to Randy Bennett about this, right? And at WCC Media Days, and he was saying that I call all these places. I'll have our team call all these places. No one picks up the fucking phone for us, right?
Yeah.
And so to me, until they fix that, the next team that's in a similar spot, it doesn't have to be 31-1. If they're 28-3. You're basically showing them that this is the best you can do. It's pretty ridiculous to think that they're that if they had lost one of their MAC games, they would have been out of the tournament. No, is absolutely fucking insane. Yeah. Absolutely fucking insane to say if you would have went 30-2, if they didn't make that 3, what was it? The first or the Buffalo game? I mean, first Buffalo game, 6
wins by 5 points or less.
Okay. Like, I mean, but shit, there's a bunch of teams.
There's a handful of games where you could have been like, if they lost.
That's what I'm saying. So you're telling me that degree, if you go 30-2 in a pretty good mid-major conference, that's my problem with the precedent you set. I don't like. Okay, look, SMU may beat them. I just think you basically just fucked over the mid majors and for the next decade probably until someone wants to get in a room and actually try to fix this, because I don't think anyone's going to schedule any of these good schools, especially the ones that bring back 4 or 5 guys that played major minutes.
Correct. That's all I'm trying to say. And I don't think we need to beat the dead horse. Like, we've talked about this every episode for the last 2 weeks, and we've got a heart out. So I would just say Miami, Ohio, we've talked about it. Any other, like, I know Mac was heavy into the Mountain West streets today, right?
I think that's a joke that they're a 9 seed. They won the regular season and the postseason, and they scheduled pretty solidly in the non-con. Like, they should have been a 5. If they're in the SEC or Big Ten, Utah State's a 5 seed or 6 seed. That was ridiculous. And this is the problem. Everybody hounds on the Mountain West because they haven't had the March success, even though they just went to a national championship 3 years ago. It's because they get fucked in the seeding by 2 to 3 lines every single year. Now they're
crazy.
Now they're the 8 or 9 seed with Arizona. Like, come on, man. They're not.
No, I'm with you on this one. To me, they should have got 2 teams in if we were nitpicking, but like,
yes,
they've been fucked over for a long time. I mean, you could even take it to like godly acts of God or whatever. With San Diego State was going to be a 1 seed the year that that COVID hits. Now I know that had nothing to do with the committee, but I'm saying the other play-in games when Colorado State drew Michigan on the play-in game, I thought they got completely fucked 3 or 4 years ago. They and people that say let's not forget that San Diego State's had multiple years winning in March, right? And also Nevada went to the Sweet 16, in 19, and lost by 1 to the team that went to the Final Four. So Colorado State last year was one of the only mid-majors that actually got a win in the fucking tournament. Probably should have got another one because the fucking Maryland guy traveled. Anyway, that one I'm with you. St. John's one I thought was pretty shocking too. I thought that was pretty shocking. Mac, what'd you make of the Johnnies getting the 5 seed?
I mean, their non-con does suck, but they also proved it for 25 games or 23 games in the Big East. They dominated, and they didn't just beat UConn last night. They beat the shit out of UConn. So like, that's got to mean something. Winning 2 out of 3. One more, and I just saw this team in person today. The fact that VCU would have been left out of the field if they had lost was, in my opinion, a joke. They don't have a bad loss on their resume. They had won 17 out of 18. The fact that Texas or SMU was going to get in over VCU, I keep pounding the desk, man. What's the common denominator? Miami of Ohio, VCU, Utah State. They're not with the big boys.
Mac, I told you last night, it was like, they are very bubbly still. They are not good. I highly advise them to win that game. And they did. They took it out of the committee's hands, and that's what you're supposed to do.
It's just the fact that they were going to miss the tournament I thought would have been a fucking shame. Winning 17 out of 18 in the A10 for Texas, who sucks, and SMU, who sucks. Like, those teams didn't earn their way to the dance, like a VCU or Miami of Ohio or Utah State.
What about the overall 1 seed of the tournament?
I don't. How's Arizona not the 1?
Well, no, in my mind, they treated them like the 1 because I think Arizona has the easiest path.
I agree with that. I do,
Yeah.
and that was puzzling. I was like,
besides the opener,
that's eye test and S curve that they had the easier path. So I have the S curve in front of me. The East, like the top 16 seeds, like added up, that is the strength of the region that they consider. The East, which was the 1 seed overall, Duke, had 31. That means it had the lowest seed total out of the top 4 of any of the other number 1 seeds, which is just not supposed to be how it happens. But it's just the size of these ridiculous conferences right now. The West with Arizona had a 37 S curve, Midwest had 36, and South had 32. So you're looking at the right side of the bracket, West and Midwest being clearly the weaker side compared to the left side.
Yeah, shout out to Scott who just ran into the ECU volleyball team at the airport. Look, and my biggest bone with the committee is ECU got royally fucked. Exactly. Didn't even get embarrassed in the conference tournament. Didn't even take an L. We didn't even take an L in the conference tournament. Look, Arizona, I think, did get the easiest road there. If they can make it through the first game of this of the tournament, because they're taking on the fucking Long Island Sharks, baby.
All I know is we're hard-working, tax-paying people like you, and we don't take shit from nobody. You got that, asshole? Ask me. The fucking union, it works for you.
What do you guys think? Tommy Lloyd, does he get fired outright when he loses to Long Island, or what?
Long Island and Princeton.
Well, I just want to know. I mean, look, Rod Strickland's clearly a better coach.
He's not getting fired.
Tommy Lloyd's lost like 10 games.
Yeah, but he's out of blue blood. You know what I mean? Like Rod Strickland goes to Long Island, who's got to plug in the vending machine. You know what I mean? Like,
true.
It's a little different. So how about it is Arizona
losing? Are you
losing?
implying that they don't plug in vending machines in Tucson? That they're all electronic?
Well, I'm just saying, if you look at the photo that I tweeted out of the Long Island Shack, which has the vending machine at the Steinberg Wellness Center, where the screws are loose, baby. There's a TV, and there's a reason why that TV's not on in the background. Because, God damn it, they only got one outlet, either vending machine or TV. What are you gonna do?
I hate being the asshole, but I gotta reel us in, and I don't know if you want to hit an ad before we jump in. And
I was gonna do 20 minutes
brackets
on fucking Long Island right now.
Yeah, but we can't go 20 minutes and not talk about a single region when we got to get out of here soon.
Long Island is the region. Look, folks, want to tell you the college basketball experience is brought to you by us. Bracket Madness. Yes, it is here. It is back. I mean, you really have no excuses not to enter this. We're giving away $5,000 in prizes. It's completely free to enter. Go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/bracket. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/bracket to enter. Compete against Pick Dundee. How many people tell us that I'm a pile of shit and you pick losers, right? Or Mac or Bieniek. You're going to compete against us. And then you'll be able to talk the ultimate shit like Robert Martin did last year when he got to second place. And he was just saying, Dundee, where you at? And I was like, yeah, you're doing better than me. You're doing better than me. Sportsgamblingpodcast.com/bracket. And if that's not enough for you, just giving away $5,000. How about this? We have our $25,000 Survivor contest. Sportsgamblingpodcast.com/survivor. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/survivor. Jump over there. I promise you, Jimmy Johnson is not involved with this shit, right? Just do that. New to Splash, use the promo code SGPN50 and get up to $50 in bonus pick'em entries there. And remember, as always, to let it ride. We're also brought to you by SeatGeek. Look, Mollyline Mac has been out there at all these games, right? He's been at you kidding me here? Yeah, look, and I first thing I did when he was hitting me up saying, how am I going to go to these games? Which ones should I go to? And I was like, dude, you're messing up if you're not going with SeatGeek, right? You're just messing up. The other ones, the other competitors, all nonsense. They try to get you on a couple extra dollars here, a couple extra dollars there. They keep adding up. But yeah, that's why I want to give a shout out to today's sponsor. SeatGeek is fucking awesome. All right. With over 35 million downloads, SeatGeek is the #1 rated ticketing app. There are more than 70,000 events listed on SeatGeek, including concerts, sports, festivals, and much, much more. And obviously the NCAA tournament is here, folks. The greatest fucking postseason to ever hit planet Earth. All right. So I know you're out there. And the best part about this is I know as long as you're in America, you're going to get games close to you. That's the best part about this. This is truly America. They spread it out all throughout the country. So you have access to March Madness or the NIT right there. So get on over there. All right. It is the best. Plus MLB is about to be back here. The NBA and NHL playoffs are around the corner and you can get World Cup tickets over there at SeatGeek. Yes. I love using SeatGeek. And SeatGeek has your back. Each ticket is rated on a 1 to 10 scale, so you know you're getting a good deal. So look for the green dots. Green means good, red means bad. Plus, every ticket is backed by their buyer guarantee. And of course, I have a code for you bozos out there. Use the promo code SGPN10 for 10% off your next set of tickets at SeatGeek. Yes, that's 10% off any tickets with the promo code SGPN10. Make sure you click the link in the description to download the app and have the code automatically added to your account so you can use it later. That is SeatGeek. We're also brought to you by Kalshi. Yes, Kalshi is a real money prediction market, legal in all 50 states. Kalshi has a ton of trading options for your favorite sports, and right now Kalshi has combos. How great is this? Combine 2 or more predictions to increase your payouts. It's Kalshi. You can trade anything over there. And new Kalshi customers get $20 when you use the promo code SGPN. That's Kalshi, 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 promo code SGPN. And we're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. I mean, we've been dominating Underdog. This is for college basketball. I mean, really for anything. They have pick 'em for like every sport now, but college hoops, it is I think you can have the best edge there, and I mean that sincerely. Underdog has just increased their payouts. 2 pick entries now pay at 3.5 times. 3 pick entries now at 6.5 times. Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers to play $5, get $50 in bonus funds when you sign up with the promo code, our promo code TCE SGPN. So do that and let it ride. Shout out to Coke Booger giving us $50. Great name, obviously. He's giving us $50. I can't make Circa on Wednesday, but certainly want to buy you around 100% in next year. Do you live in Vegas, Coke Booger? With a name like that, I assume you do. But hope you feel better, brother. Thank you for the donation there. YouTube.com/The College Experience. Take a second right now, folks, and hit that like and subscribe button. All right, even if you only watch the show. What about iTunes, Spotify? I know you say, well, I watch the show. Well, do us a solid. Go over there, subscribe. Grab your girl's phone. Go over there, subscribe. Even if you're not listening, it helps us. It's the helping season. It's Merry March. Merry March. The East region is upon us. If you're watching,
real quick.
Oh, John giving us $50. Thanks for all the content this season, guys. Can't wait for Vegas. John's the fucking man. All right, and he was going to join us for the Army ECU game allegedly, but he might have ran out of gas or had car problems. Under investigation. He might have been the OG to run out of gas. Looking forward to seeing you again, John. And shout out to Moronic Mook giving us $10. Headed to Vegas Wednesday night for a bachelor party. We'll meet you boys at the bar if you're still there. Oh, we'll be there. We've got game plans every day except Thursday, trying to convince them to hit Westgate. Much love, gents. Yeah, let us know. Where you staying, man? And
honestly, you may have a better hit rate of finding us at Westgate than Wednesday night, because depending on how late your Wednesday night is, we may have moved on from the bar. So just a heads up there.
I never move on from the bar.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I was like, I know I got a TV spot that night too, but we'll figure it out. Just hit us up on Twitter.
We've got other plans that Wednesday night too, so it's like
Thursday
we're at Westgate all day long.
You're invited. No, but hold on here. Westgate though, like the bar is not like right in the theater. We're having a party at the fucking bar and we're buying your drinks. So come on out. Bring the fucking bachelor.
I'm advising him, if he's showing up at like 2 a.m. looking to find us at the bar, we're not going to be there.
Bieniek, we're gonna have you represent SGPN and go as one of the guys to the bachelor party that they're throwing.
Okay.
All right. So you're gonna be part of the wolf pack over there.
Yeah, reporting live from the scene.
You're looking live.
All right. Let's talk about some basketball.
The East
I hate
region.
doing this, but I have to. Got to keep it on the track.
I can't wait. Please direct all your hate to Noah B77 _ whatever.
No. I'm the one that doesn't have a scheduling. The other two have scheduling shit after this. Don't blame me.
Yeah.
They like my
I'm talking basketball all night. So to me, what's one show compared to the other one? I'm talking basketball for the next 8 hours. All right. So I need some of those Coke boogers and we're good. But the East region, the Duke Blue Devils allegedly got the 1 seed. I know NC Nick.
Yeah, he did tweet about that.
He's not very happy. With the bracket that he has there. As you can see, the odds on youtube.com/the college experience. Duke, first off, you're drawing Siena as a 16. Can we talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, Siena was a little underseeded.
Yeah.
They probably could have been a 15.
I thought they should have been a 15. So the Dukies get Siena and Jerry Mack to open things up, but also in their region. And do you want me to just let's just read the odds real quick. So the odds to win the East region: Duke at -135, UConn +600, Tom Izzo and Michigan State +700, Rick Pitino, Slick Rick there +900, Louisville the Cardinals +1300, Kansas and Bill Self +1500, UCLA and Mick Cronin +2200, Ohio State Needler's Cookies there +2500 there, TCU and Jamie Dixon, I think it's a dangerous team, 130 to 1, South Florida 190 to 1, Northern Iowa 250 to 1, UCF and Johnny Dawkins, veteran team 450 to 1. North Dakota State, the Bison, 500 to 1. Cal Baptist and Dominic Daniels there, 500 to 1. Furman, the Paladins, 800 to 1, and Siena, 800 to 1. This is by far. You know why this one is by far to me the hardest region? It's not only that you get the coaching legacy,
dude. The coaches.
I also think like I look at like Siena and Cal Baptist and UCF and Northern Iowa and South Florida as like dangerous fucking teams, man.
CU.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of dangerous teams in this, so I can understand if you're a Duke fan out there. You're saying you're throwing this bracket up in the air. What the fuck do we gotta do? Mac, your thoughts on this one, and just off the top of your head, what is juicy there to you? Because I mean, Slick Rick is appealing a little bit to me right there.
Yeah, but I mean, God, they got a brutal draw too. I tweeted out right away. I go, God damn, there's 4 Hall of Famers already in this region. Early is going to be a Hall of Famer. He's got 2 natties. Izzo is a Hall of Famer. Tino and Self are Hall of Famers already too. Like what?
Well, how about like Blue Bloods?
And then you got also Jamie Dixon's taken down a 1 seed in his career in the NCAA tournament, taken down Arizona a couple of years ago, and then Ben Jacobson at Northern Iowa is no slouch as well. Like just long tenured, very good coaches in this region.
Well, I mean, like you got like basketball pedigree. in Duke, UConn, Michigan State, St. John's, Louisville, Kansas, UCLA. Good God.
St. John's in the basketball pedigree is a little
Well,
much,
I'm older than you, buddy. I'm older than you. All right. I remember the fucking 1980s and 1990s. Well, shit. At that point, then I'll take out St. John's. I'll add Ohio State being it because they've played in the national championship, in your lifetime.
Yeah, they have. Yeah.
So I think from a future standpoint, I like Sparty's path, to be honest. I think that they're gonna draw a finesse team in the round of 32, where I think they could just muscle them and punk them. So I like them to get to the Sweet 16, and then who knows? I trust Izzo this time of year. So they went to the Elite Eight last year. I like Sparty 7-1.
I kind of like Sparty's path too. That south side of the bracket. The north side of the bracket is more chaotic.
The south side is more maneuverable, I think, for both UConn and Michigan State. Yeah, that's the way I look at it too. But at the same time, like you've got, I wrote notes down on like UCF very easily could upset UCLA there. Like
I know
Tyler Bilodeau going down for UCLA in their second to last game. Like UCF's physical with experience. They're an older team, and I think they may be able to take advantage of a shorthanded UCLA front court there. South Florida, I mean, they play basically the same style as Louisville, like up and down. We'll shoot some threes. They're super athletic. Like I think that bottom portion of the bracket could have some upsets, and that helps the chalk too.
Yeah, the more I think about it, because the Johnnies would get Kansas first. They got to get through Northern Iowa, then Kansas, then Duke or TCU.
Yeah,
I mean, assuming TCU beats Ohio State, knowing them, they probably choke or something. But
and then go ahead.
No. I think Mac's right. I think like seeing the odds, just I believe like the best coach.
Yeah.
Is Patino there, but then you look at it and you're like, how do you not take Izzo?
And then I think the other notes to like keep an eye on: Duke drew Greensboro in South Carolina there, so they're playing in front of a home court. Cal Baptist Greenville.
Yes.
Greenville.
Yes.
Sorry.
Sorry. That which is another reason why they robbed us. They didn't want to give us that. They didn't want to give us that potential of having a home game.
Cal Baptist playing in San Diego, so not a far trip for them outside of the state at all. And then UConn and Philly will have the crowd there too. So more
all right, what's the most lively upset right there?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think South Florida, Louisville, right?
Yeah. Actually, yes, I do know, and it's USF. That one is my pick as well.
And the second one's UCF, UCLA, right? I mean, that's not even that shocking, but
that's like I know.
Seed line upset, but
if you're surprised if UCF beats UCLA, you haven't watched UCF.
What's the game you're most excited to watch, Mac?
Louisville, South Florida, the first one to 100. I mean, that is going to be a chaotic fucking game with the way those two teams play and get up and down.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the first one to 60 between St. John's, Northern Iowa. I think the Panthers could be sneaky there. I'm going to learn a lot about, St. John's and what, how they're going to be able to manage a team that has a similar identity to them in UNI.
I mean,
Mac, Colby, how about you?
Well, I don't want to step on your guys' one, so I'm going to say I highlighted this guy on a few shows throughout the season of maybe, you let Dominic Daniels get in the tournament. He could be one of those guards. There's so many classic guards. If you look past 30 years of March Madness, guys that don't play in the NBA, so to speak, but just have, whether it's Golke, recently, or Marquise Noel, or you can go on and on and on about just like these guards that play out of their fucking minds in the tournament.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, Kansas has been weird all year. I'll say that. Kansas has been weird. Now it's Cal Baptist, so it's like they don't have much of a pedigree historically. But Kansas is a team that did beat the Pussy Pack by just 1 point this year. I mean, maybe that's appealing. Maybe Kansas locker room issues. Maybe that could make that game interesting. But yeah, if I don't want to say what you guys already said, but the one that jumps out to me the most, I think the game I want to watch most would probably be UCLA and UCF.
Colby, you're the seasoned vet here. Santiago is asking, give me Vegas tips for March. I've never tried the experience. Just turned 21 last week.
Well, happy birthday, buddy.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Congrats to being 21. You're going to love it. Unless you had a fake ID before, because that feels kind of cool when you break rules. But I would say are you in a relationship? Need to know some details. Yeah, look, you never ever been to Vegas one time? Because like you should do the strip thing, go get fucked up at some of the classic places in Vegas, but the pool scene, if you're single and ready to mingle, or perhaps the strip club scene, or maybe you go for the Grand Slam, like we saw with that Texas guy, that oil tycoon there, who had multiple prostitutes showing up to his seat at the bar next to us.
Oh God,
yeah,
that guy was crazy.
But you're 21. You shouldn't need a prostitute. I think you'll be fine here.
That guy.
But I would say you want to hit all the classic spots. Circa, you like sports. Obviously, you're checking this out. Circa is like the coolest fucking sports casino, ever. Biggest sports book ever. So that you should check out. If you want to go to a nice meal, I'm assuming you're going with your buddies. If you go to Circa, there's Barry's, but also the Golden Steer is one that I recommend that I love. And you should definitely take advantage. Look, you're 21. You probably want to go to a nightclub. What was the fucking name of that nightclub I used to go to back in the day? It's still there too, because I see it.
All right. While you are thinking of the nightclub, I'll move us on because we just went 11 minutes on that, and we are getting ever so closer to our deadline here.
Marquee.
South region.
I used to go to Marquee. I don't know if it's still happening like it was, but back in the day, you're banging into very, very top end scattered ass left and right when you're young in your 20s. So hit that. Sorry, Bieniek, carry on.
No, you can take it.
Yeah,
now.
you have the odds. Here we go.
Yep.
Yeah, the chat's cracking me up. I'm seeing some of the comments in there are great. YouTube.com/The College Experience. So the South region here, the odds: the Florida Gators, the defending champs, +165. The Houston Cougars at +250. The Fighting Illini of Illinois at +310. Vanderbilt Commodores +1100. Shout out to Mark Byington for a great season. Hoiberg, the mayor, +1100 as well. St. Mary's +3500. Iowa, the Hawkeyes +4500. The Tar Heels of North Carolina and Hubert Davis +6000. Clemson +6500. Texas A&M and Buckyball 140-1. VCU 150-1. Shout out to the Martelli family. McNeese 400-1. They won a game last year in this very tournament. The Troy Trojan men 500-1. And I told you, watch out when you put a guy named Fran as a head coach of an Ivy League team. You're fucked. You're fucked. I told you this. I know the fucking sport a little bit. 1,000-1 there for the Quakers of Penn. Lehigh Mountain Hawks 1,000-1. Idaho and Prairie View 1,000-1. All right. Well, what jumps out to you right away to me is without looking at the bracket, right? When you just see the odds, like who could go deep there? This is one where I kind of think it's an easier path for Florida and Houston. Like I feel like they're gonna meet, right? Yeah. They're gonna meet. Maybe, I've said this all year. I've been waiting for the Randy Bennett breakthrough season.
If they do meet, they're meeting in Houston, the exact site where the national championship game was played between the two teams last year.
Unbelievable. San Antonio last year.
Yeah, sorry, San Antonio.
Yeah,
my fault.
But it was
a rival city.
Crowd.
Yeah, it was a Houston crowd.
I love the path for Houston. I think they got thrown a nice bone here.
That is until Randy Bennett, who we've been saying forever. One of these years he's breaking through.
Yeah. Randy Bennett and St. Mary's was in this spot last year in that 7-10 game. They played Vanderbilt, who's a very similar team, I think, to this year's Texas. Like last year, Vandy was very similar to this year's Texas A&M. Dynamic group of guards with, a sketchy defense. Vandy's gotten so much better on that end of the floor this year. And then St. Mary's had to play the 2 seed in Alabama in the game after. Not a great draw if you're a Gales fan. Once again, with Houston.
Agreed. Let me just say, I think there's some opportunity here for the area right around, say, Clemson, Iowa, Vanderbilt, McNeese, Nebraska, Troy. First thing I texted you, and I'm gonna jump ahead a little bit, was I thought when I saw the bracket, I was on an airplane. I'm just looking at the bracket, and I go, I think there's more possible upsets than I thought there was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
And Bieniek responded saying, yeah, but not through the 1 through 4 range. And I said, you're right, but I still see a lot more upsets than I thought there could be. But I did have one circled in the 1 verse 4 right away. I think Troy is very live. The chat's talking about it. I think Troy's very live to beat Nebraska. I know it's in Oklahoma City, which is only like a 5-6 hour drive.
That's going to be a pro Nebraska crowd. They travel very well anywhere.
5-6 hours in Nebraska is nothing. That's like 30 minutes. No problem. 5-6 hours, sure. Hop in. But Mac, am I crazy here? Did you share that same sentiment there when you saw? I also think the VCU angle against an injured Carolina is a dangerous draw for the Heels. Your thoughts?
Yeah, those were the two. Like, because Troy has the high variance of they've played up to their competition, they played down to it. They already got a game under their belt last year. Them and VCU were trendy upset picks last year, and didn't get it done. Troy falling to Kentucky, VCU falling to BYU. So maybe a little bit of the year after the year that I could see this one opening up outside of the 1 and 2 seeds. I kind of, with Florida and Houston losing their title games, I kind of think that they'll come in super focus here.
I just feel like Vandy, Nebraska, or Troy, even McNeese, I guess. I could see any of them going to take on Florida.
To your point, Colby, like Troy has punched up super well all year long. I think that's
they did last year a little bit too, right?
Yeah. But Nebraska top 10 defense against the 3 ball. Troy loves shooting the deep shot, so that will be a matchup to keep an eye on during that game. Also, just another note on a first round matchup. Fran McCaffrey and Brad Underwood, very good friends there, formerly in the Big Ten, Illinois and Iowa. So they're matching up in round 1.
What? Don't fuck with a guy named Fran in the Ivy League. That's a dangerous draw for these Euros. They don't know about this.
Speaking of the first round Greenville site, North Carolina is also going to be there. So you got the UNC Duke crowds, both probably rooting against each other within the different windows, if any of them stay for extra games, just as basketball fans. And then the Vanderbilt McNeese one. So like, I think this is a super interesting 5v12. As we see oftentimes these teams that go on deep conference tournament runs but fall up just short. Some of them stumble out of the gate, and McNeese could be a 12 seed favorite of many. My only thing is like McNeese very much will guard with pressure, and a lot of it's one-on-one. And if you're doing that, like Tyler Tanner is one of the best on the ball guards in the country. That's a tough draw for McNeese, in my opinion, with how dynamic that Vandy offense can be. Favorite game that we're looking forward to in this one, Colby?
Oh man, I'm gonna say maybe I'm a little biased here, but because I've always kind of liked VCU, Carolina VCU. I mean, it's just the fact they're a blue blood, and VCU's always done well. I feel like whenever they always play well against these blue bloods. Obviously, Eric Maynard against Duke. That game is just super appealing to me. Maybe it's because I grew up in the DMV, but that one by far to me has the most appeal to me. Nebraska Troy obviously is. I mean, all these games are exciting, but that one stands out. Mac, how about you?
You know, I'm going to go back to my Richmond
Yeah.
ties here.
Yeah.
Not only did they beat Duke they beat in Kansas in an Elite Eight. Like, they've been good against the Blue Bloods. They chip on their shoulder. Phil Martelli Jr. year one. They're playing really good basketball.
They're coach proof. They're always, and look, they never lack athleticism. I went to the VCU NC State game this year, and NC State won that game. And I remember telling you guys right after that, the next day I was on the show. I was like, NC State won that game, but I came away more impressed with VCU. I thought like they had the game plan. They matched them, I thought, athletically, pretty damn well. And that's one of the things that makes them such a lethal mid-major over the years, whether it's any of the coaches, going back to Anthony Grant or Jeff Cape way back in the day, is athletically, they're always one of the best mid-majors athletically.
100%. Yeah.
The game,
it's going to be fun. That one's a fun one.
The first round game that I've circled in this one is the 8-9 matchup. And again, I think it's like a 1st to 60 wins, 2 Rams just bashing their heads up against each other. You got the Ben McCollum system where they're just crawling up the floor. Clemson also a very slow, methodical team. And, there is a little bit of a weakness there without Welling, the Utah Valley transfer. He's out for the year after tearing his ACL in the ACC tournament. Iowa prides themselves on the glass, so that's an interesting matchup to me, Hawkeyes and Tigers.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
Do you want to hit an ad before we move on to
actually
favorite upset real quick. Favorite upset in this one. Just stamp it.
Look, I'm going to say you're right. Nebraska fans travel. I think Troy is live, but VCU is going to beat North Carolina. Let's go. Mac?
I think I'm going to it's a yapper, but I'm going to go VCU. I thought maybe they could get it done last year. BYU was a tough matchup going to altitude, but they don't have to travel far. Greenville's not too far from.
Yeah, VCU Nation will show up some.
Absolutely.
They'll show up some. That's not a far trip. It's a 2-hour drive. You did it to go to the Army game.
No, they're in Greenville, South Carolina, I believe.
Oh, is it South Carolina? Why did I think it was North Carolina?
Greenville,
South Carolina.
South Carolina.
Wait, but Greenville, North Carolina is hosting the tournament too, right?
No, Greenville, South Carolina. The games are in South Carolina. I'm 100% certain. When I said Greensboro, South Carolina, I got the two confused.
Oh, okay. Why did I think Greenville, North Carolina was getting games this year?
I don't know. For me, I agree. I like VCU quite a bit here as my favorite upset in the South region.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's jump to the. Yeah, you're right. Greenville, South Carolina.
Yeah.
These morons, these drunken ECU fans are talking about, the tournament's in Greenville, North Carolina. These idiots. And I swallowed. I said, oh yeah, no, that's awesome. We're getting games. All right, folks. Want to tell you that the college basketball experience is brought to you by Rhythm. Rhythm is your official data tool for dominating the madness that is college hoops. Look, Rhythm generates brackets you could use for any contest. And last year, a Rhythm user went 25-2 in his bracket, thanks to Rhythm's AI model there. Looking to go premium, use the promo code SGPN 25 when you download the Rhythm app for 25% off your first month. Download Rhythm. That's RITHMM, promo code SGPN 25. And we're also brought to you by Novig. Novig is America's #1 sports prediction market. With Novig, you are getting the best prices. So download the Novig app, get $50 when you spend $5 if you use our promo code that is SGPN. So get in on the action with Novig, promo code SGPN. And last but not least, it is Merch Madness and March Madness. And we here at SGPN always honor March Madness with Merch Madness. 15% off everything in the store with the promo code March. But look, the Fly Let It Ride hats, brand new. Mac to School t-shirts, first half unders t-shirts, which we will be jumping on yet again. But don't forget about George Mason Start Your Football Program t-shirts that are perfect. The perfect stocking stuffer for Christmas next year, for Thanksgiving, for your birthday, for St. Patty's Day, because green is good. For St. Patty's Day, I think studies say if you wear green, you're more likely to get some scattered ass on St. Patty's Day if you're wearing green. So yeah, Jump on over there. Start your football program t-shirts. We're doing a contest too. We're like 80 away or something. So we need you guys to step it up a little bit and get a. You'd be like, why? I don't even know what George Mason is. Well, fuck it. Be part of the movement. One day when they start their football program, you're gonna look back and say, I spent $20 on a shirt, and I was part of the reason why they got a football program. How cool is that? Everyone, I mean, fuck, Trump wanted to be the owner, an NFL owner for like decades. They never gave him that pass. Here, you can own you could be part of a story and say, I started this fucking movement here. All right. Promo code March, get your t-shirts there. Also that Let It Ride hat looking like the Marlboro fucking shit's great. Do that and let it ride. All right. Next up, we have the West region. Where the fucking Long Island Sharks are 400-1. I will open up with them because they are coming out of that game against the 1 seed Arizona, who's minus 120. Purdue is plus 360. Gonzaga plus 500. Arkansas plus 1100. Wisconsin plus 1500. The Hurricanes of Miami plus 5,000. BYU plus 6,000. Villanova, Kevin Willard plus 7,500. Utah State, Jared Calhoun felt disrespected. Let's see if they got a nasty attitude about it. Plus 9,000 there. NC State, somehow these fools put them in the tournament. They're 120-1. Missouri, Dennis Gates and company, 130-1. Texas, the Longhorns, 130-1. The Rainbow Warriors. It is a hard ticket to the NCAA tournament, and Hawaii got there. 400-1. High Point, 400-1. Kennesaw State, 400-1. And Queens, the Royals with Queens, 400-1. This bracket we have already deemed, I think, the easiest, but there still is some potholes potentially from these Arizona Wildcats, Mac. Obviously, Rod Strickland and Long Island are better coached, more athletic, and ready to take down these Wildcats. And I mean, look, that's been an issue for Tommy Lloyd, winning in the first couple rounds. I mean, Matola's shaking his boots. I know right now he's not a part of this chat probably because he's so scared of that the bite from the Long Island Sharks is going to be too much. But obviously Wisconsin's got the best road wins probably in all of college basketball. That's a danger. Although that opening game is a little interesting to me. But Wisconsin is a dangerous team, and I think we've talked about Acuff being the greatest fucking player on planet Earth.
Oh God, yeah.
I mean that is an interesting one there. We cashed. Shout out to anyone that backed Arkansas plus 600. We cashed on that in the SEC tournament. The Boilermakers look to be playing a lot better. Zags, never count out Mark Few. Jai Lucas. Miami Hurricanes have been up and down, but mostly up. I feel like this year is a great year one coach there. Are we just gonna go chalk? I got to take Acuff and plus 1100, man. I gotta jump in on that.
I love the draw for Arizona. I just think the matchups that could give them issues, they didn't really draw. So I know you're gonna spew the Long Island Lucas shit, but they're gonna beat them by 30.
But Arizona, though, you got to admit they suck really under Tommy Lloyd in March Madness. They're terrible actually. I know this because I had them to win the NCAA tournament just a couple years ago, and nobody, and I mean nobody, had Princeton to win that game outright.
Mac had Princeton.
I thought he had
to win
the
that
points.
Game outright. No,
he
had the money line ticket sitting right next to you.
Maybe that's why I hated it even more.
You bet on Kirk Creesa. That's your problem.
It's Tommy Lloyd. He doesn't know what he's doing. Old Tom Lloyd, regular season paper champ. You know, prove it to me.
I think this is a year they get to a Final. I don't know if they're going to win the whole thing, but yeah. I like Arizona and Gonzaga to have a path to play one another out west, and then you would get Lloyd versus Few potentially. The teacher versus the student. So I mean, I know Arkansas, but do we trust Cal back-to-back years?
I mean, Wisconsin is
So-
but do you guys think High Point could be a dangerous draw for Wisconsin? I kind of
Yes.
do.
Yes.
No,
Wisconsin's all over the place, in my opinion.
I mean, I think Wisconsin's backcourt is very good. And I even think they have a chance to get to the second weekend because Wisconsin Arkansas is going to be a very fun matchup with the two great backcourts going up against each other. Wisconsin's got the experience in the two guards being upperclassmen compared to the two freshmen for Arkansas. Maybe I'm overlooking High Point a little bit, but at the same time, like I think that Wisconsin can win in a multitude of ways. They don't rely on just Nick Boyd and Blackwell to get the job done.
So, I mean, you want to know who I think is dangerous? I think the winner of Texas NC State can go far.
That is the first 4 play-in game that can make a little bit of a run.
Well, I just feel like BYU is kind of trash right now. So I feel like either one can beat BYU, and then
BYU's been looking vulnerable lately. They have not played as good as they did the first 2.5 months of the year. I think that's why they could beat BYU.
Here's the only counter to that. Was that more the Big 12 just like being a bad matchup for BYU because it's a super physical league and BYU's a little bit of a finesse team?
I'm a skeptic on BYU, dude.
I just don't think there's any defense that is going to be played within those 3 teams. So,
and I would say like BYU, once you get them outside of Provo, I don't know that I've ever been super impressed. Maybe the UConn game early in the season.
I just feel a little bit better about Texas or NC State making a run over Miami, Ohio, and SMU. That's why I say that. But so my notes on this one, there are 3 teams that I circled that are going to have home crowds. Gonzaga is one of them who would get the winner of that BYU play-in game. Gonzaga is playing this region first round games in Portland. Arizona, of course, is in San Diego. And then Missouri. Keep an eye on the Tigers as they are playing their first 2 games.
That's an interesting
in
game.
St. Louis.
Miami, Missouri is an interesting game, man. That's probably, it's not super sexy, but I kind of think that might be my favorite. That's probably my favorite game to watch for the first. I know we've been doing that. I think that's the one that has my appeal the most. Maybe Wisconsin High Point, I think could be interesting. And Nova, Utah State, obviously. Could Utah State be a dangerous team? Could Nova be a dangerous team for Arizona, Mac? The winner of that game, could that be a dangerous spot for the Wildcats?
More so, I think Utah State because they can really shoot it. You got to be able to fucking make a bunch of threes against Arizona because you're not getting anything at the rim. You're like that. Their size and just overall just physicality, they just choke you out with how big they are. So, like, I think Utah State would be the one if there's a matchup. But this goes back to my point. Like, this is a tall task to beat Arizona, especially when you're playing them in San Diego.
Arkansas could get them, dude. Calipari as a dog is always great.
Are they going to get there though?
I know. Like, I don't know that they're going to get there.
No,
but I'm saying
losing to Hawaii.
The team that I think could get them is Wisconsin. They've punched up extremely well.
I agree.
And have beat teams in road environments by shooting a shit ton of threes.
You're right. You're right.
What side are they at? What side are Wisconsin in Arkansas?
Wisconsin's in elevation somewhere. I forget.
They're always in elevation.
I know.
In Colorado.
It was not a great draw for Wisco because they lost to BYU in elevation last year. The game that I'm most looking forward to is that 8-9 once again in Villanova, Utah State. And the game that I think could be the most troublesome is Hawaii over Arkansas. I think Hawaii, I think will have trouble with Acuff. I think Arkansas should have an advantage in the backcourt, but Hawaii's got some bigs that can really give Arkansas some issues, I think, in the front court there. So that's the one that right now I'm eyeing as my favorite 13 over a 4.
Shout out to Mr. Jalapeno Zags, giving us $20. No Brandon Huff until the second week. Go Zags Nation. Shout out to Mr. Jalapeno Zags. That makes it dangerous, man. I think they'll get through Kennesaw fine, but the Pussy Pack, that's the worst. Look, Texas, NC State, this tournament's trying to fucking fuck with me here.
Colby, we cannot go down this road.
I'm just saying, if there's ever a game that just don't televise it.
Yeah. Well,
I was
we'll
gonna
be
say
at the
something
bar,
more
so you don't
ruthless.
have to be. You don't have.
I was
going to
say
locked
something more ruthless, but I don't want us to.
Tuesday night. That's the Tuesday
yeah.
night game.
I thought Texas NC State was the last game of the thing.
No,
I'm pretty sure they stuck Dick Vitale and Barkley on that game, and it's Wednesday night when we're going to be at the bar. But we can't dive into that too much. We got to talk about the last region while we've got Mac.
Or
McIntosh has got 6 minutes. Let's go.
yeah, we can do that.
All right. So last region here, Michigan -130. This is the Midwest. Iowa State +245. Virginia +1300. Tennessee +1700. Texas Tech, not Tennessee Tech. Texas Tech +2200. Alabama +3500. Kentucky, the Wildcats +3500. Blue Canaan, Georgia +4500. The Broncos. It's been 30 years, but Herb Sendek's got the Broncos playing ball +6,000. St. Louis, the Billikens in that fat blob of mayo, 100-1. SMU, 150-1. Hofstra, Speedy Claxton, 180-1. The Zips, 600-1. The Redskins of Miami, Ohio, with Travis Lexington Steele, 800-1. Wright State and UMBC, 800-1, and then Tennessee State and Howard, 800-1 as well. The first thing that I want, Bieniek, let's have you go first, because Michigan. I'm curious, how does a Michigan fan feel when they see this?
I thought we got a pretty favorable bracket, and then I think you look forward to them being in Chicago. I know it's not going to be an overwhelming Michigan crowd, but I do like that it's the closest second weekend host site to us, so we'll have a good contingency out there. I think that second matchup in Georgia, St. Louis, both of those teams really want to run. And I think that we've got the defense to really be able to lock it down, whether it's Santo Cerro or Robbie Avila. I don't really fret that too much. The team that I think could give us the most issue is Alabama with those guards. If they're hitting some threes, I think they'll be able to possibly spoil a deeper run than I'd like for Michigan. But overall, I really like the path. I think that Michigan, Iowa State should chalk hold will be a very interesting matchup there that I would really be excited to watch. So, Mac, how about you in the Midwest?
Colby, what are you going to do? You want to fade Iowa State, but they fucking gave them the path. You want to fade Virginia, you want to fade Barnes.
I think Wright State, if you're telling me the 314 that I like most would be probably that, right? What are the other 314s off the top of my head? It's Illinois, Penn, Michigan State, North Dakota State.
The other thing I wanted to mention about Michigan, so Georgia, Mike White, the head coach there. Dusty May was an assistant under Mike White for a while, so really that's an interesting round 2 matchup.
That is interesting. It's a shame that Blue Cannon are going to lose.
Also, Michigan and Michigan State are going to be in the same site in Buffalo. And that's definitely like not favoring Michigan, because Michigan State's going to have more fans in there rooting against the Wolverines than the other way around.
Buffalo's the nearest site to fucking Michigan?
Yeah, there was not one that was.
What is this, the MAC?
Yeah, what's going on here? Well, look, Mac's right, though. Iowa State, when I look at Iowa State, Virginia, and Tennessee, I've talked shit about all three of them, and one of them's bound to come out of there.
I'm telling you, I looked at it and go, dude, Iowa State's going to be playing for the Final Four. Like, you can say you don't trust them all you want. I'm taking Iowa State.
Santa Clara is going to get them.
Keep an eye on those Broncos, man.
Santa Clara is going to get them.
With Herb Sendek? Come on, man.
Oh, yeah.
Keep an eye on those Broncos.
I mean, yeah. So most appealing game here, I think it's Texas Tech Akron. I think Akron's live. There.
Probably.
Obviously, Texas Tech with their injuries, it's devastating for them. I think if you're a fan, but you know they still, if they could get through that, I think Texas Tech Bama could be an intriguing matchup. But that's the one that jumps out to me the most in the first, or out of these ones here. How about you, Mac?
I was going to say that one, but give me Kentucky, Santa Clara. I think that one's going to be a very entertaining game, just with Santa Clara really playing well down the stretch, and then Kentucky a little bit free falling, but they do have talent. So really looking forward to that one. I'm going to jump over to VSiN, and then I'll be back
real quick.
right
Who's
after.
your dog?
Yeah.
Who's my dog?
Yeah, we won't be live when you finish up.
I thought we had to give out Final Four at the end.
Yeah, it's not going to be much longer.
We're back tomorrow. So, yeah.
When Miami of Ohio beats SMU, I'm going to take him double dip and take him against Barnes.
There we go.
Next shit. Everybody wants Akron. Give me the Red Hawks.
This is the Rick Barnes apologist, and he's fading him now.
Moneyline Mac on Twitter at Moneyline_Mac. Get over there, brother.
Yeah, so my favorite game that I'm most excited to watch is that Georgia St. Louis game. Like, first team to 100 wins. Sign me up. That will be pretty entertaining back and forth. I think Hofstra's got somewhat of a chance, but I don't think they can really expose Alabama's biggest weakness, which is in the front court. But their guards, they play really good defense, and they've got some shooting ability to them. My dog in this region is Santa Clara. I think they will
with you.
knock off the Blue Nation.
I'm with you. I think Santa Clara, Kentucky, and then Akron, Texas Tech, just because Texas Tech's in their team health overall just keeps taking blows. I know they said what's his name's going to play. Why am I drawing a blank on his name right now? The guy who just got injured
For who?
Texas Tech.
Christian Anderson.
Yes,
and
yes.
Lawan Watts. Both of them are expected to play.
But still, you wonder how healthy are they? You know what I mean?
Yeah. With a lot of these injuries, like they're coming out and saying, "Hey, this guy's gonna play. This guy's gonna play. This guy's gonna play. Show me." And even if they do play, I don't know if they're going to be 100%. They're all announcing that now because they didn't want it to affect their seeding because they saw what's happened the last couple of years with the committee holding injuries against some teams. The last note that I wanted to get out of the way here was so Kentucky and Iowa State are playing in that pod in St. Louis. I would expect pretty good fan contingencies from those two there. Santa Clara, like they've competed with Gonzaga twice this year in the 3 matchups that they played.
They've had the lead with like 5 minutes left. Yeah.
The Bulldogs ran Kentucky off the floor. So I don't know. I know transitive property is a pretty dangerous game to play, but I think Santa Clara is very much going to be game there.
I think so too. I like that one. Now, if you're talking like which one could get, I mean, yeah, Santa Clara could be a bad matchup for Iowa State, I think, dude.
Yeah, I'm nervous about the Cyclones crowd there for sure. So, but yeah, I think Santa Clara is my favorite one to make a little bit of noise.
If you had to pick one to get to the Sweet 16, would it still be Santa Clara?
Yeah, probably.
Or are you looking for an easier path? Are you thinking like, hey, Akron could beat Alabama?
No, I think the path, like Iowa State's got to show me, dude. Like this team has puked all over themselves.
Mac's been sucking them off for years, and
I know, dude.
And they never deliver. So
they struggle to hit shots at times, man. All right, we've got a couple of fun activities. Like I enjoyed doing this one. We'll begin it off, and then depending on how much time we've got, we'll branch off of this. But let's do a final 4 of all teams that are not 1 through 4 seeds.
Ooh, I like it. All right. I will take you to 1 through 4. Man, the St. John's path is so brutal. I think it's gotta be UCLA, but I got them losing the UCF. Let's go. Let me just stick to the Johnnies and Patino Magic the year after the year. Right. So give me the Johnnies out of the East. In the South, I'm just going chalk with these 5s, right? I think Vandy is the most logical. What about? I just don't think St. Mary's can beat Houston.
No, I'm looking at that one too. I can't get there.
I think it's Vandy. I think you got to go Vandy. I think Vandy could beat Nebraska or Troy. I think, and then I think Vandy, they beat Florida already once, and they almost beat them twice. So that, and then who knows who you're playing by that point. You might be playing Illinois or something, right? Which can always be a dud. So I think Vandy's the play in the South. Though, and I'm gonna have you go. Or do you want to go right now? Do you want to go 2 and 2?
No, just wrap up your
Okay.
4. I'll clip it, and then I'll give up my 4 and clip it.
Well, in the West, I mean, the 5 seems so obvious, but I'm going off the path here. Enough of these 5s. You ready for this? This is disgusting. I mean, there is a path, man. There is a path for Texas NC State. That winner, does that count, or do I have to name which one? There's a path for them because I think they can beat BYU. Gonzaga is not fully healthy. I think they could get Gonzaga.
And
then what happened?
Like Gonzaga is not. I don't think they've played great against power conference competition.
Well, then like Texas, NC State against Purdue, I think both could beat Purdue. Now they might be playing Miami. They might be playing Mizzou. So I think the Texas NC State can get all the way to the Elite Eight, and then it's just one game, one gigantic upset against Arizona or Arkansas or Wisconsin. So give me the Texas NC State, which is just filthy for me to say. That's how you know I'm being honest with my clientele. If you dial 1-800-PICK-DUNDEE, hold down the 7 for about 30 seconds, and we give you the honest part. And then in the Midwest, let's go with the Midwest. I don't think it's Texas Tech, dude. I think they're too injured. I'm gonna say it's fucking Santa Clara, dude. It's fucking Santa Clara, dude. Rick Barnes chokes. That's actually, I mean, Barnes, that'd be a nice thing if Santa Clara upset them. And imagine if Tennessee had Miami, Ohio, Virginia, then Santa Clara. That'd be a beautiful path, man. So Tennessee's probably the right answer, but I'm saying Santa Clara. I know Barnes, and so far away.
So what were your 4 real quick again?
The 4 is St. John's, Vanderbilt, the Pussy Pack / Texas. I'm gonna say Pussy Pack, right? So give me the Pussy Pack as the 3rd one, and 4th will be Santa Clara.
All right. So my final 4 without 1 through 4 seeds will look like this. So give me South Florida out of the East region. I think they have one of my favorite upset draws for seed line. I think the Bulls can match up with Louisville pretty well. I think if the Bulls make some shots against Sparty, they could be able to advance into the second weekend there. But I think USF has some physicality where they wouldn't be bullied by Sparty. And if Sparty really struggles to kind of find the twine like they can be prone to do, I like USF in the East. In the South, I'll take you to this one was the one I had Vanderbilt with you. I think they've got a really nice set of guards, kind of positionless team all the way across. Got good positional size as well. They're physical, they're experienced. It's an older team. I'll take Vandy as they've already shown that they can clobber Florida, the 1 seed in their way there in that path. In the West, I went with, who did I go with in the West? Oh, Wisconsin. I think Wisconsin plays like when they face the best competition. Wisconsin's best can beat a lot of good teams. I really like the guard set that they've got. I also think that their bigs can hit some threes, and that could screw with Arizona a little bit if they're able to step out and hit some. So I like Wisconsin as the non-top 4 seed to come out of the West. And then the Midwest, Colby. I don't love what I'm about to do, but I do think if there's a team that can go on a little bit of a streak, it's St. Louis. I think St. Louis could do a little bit of damage in the bracket. I think
interesting. I didn't think you would say that one.
Yeah, I think they've got DNA like in that team where they can win at a bunch of different styles, but they haven't really shown it away from home. But they've pretty much, in the big opportunities that they've had in their schedule, I don't think they've looked out of place, like against a Stanford and who's the other big team in their non-conference, who's maybe Santa Clara, their big win there. So I don't think that we've seen this team really get tested by power conference teams either. And I think that they could jump up and surprise and go on a little bit of a run if they're making some shots.
Interesting. Going with the fat blob of mayo.
Yeah, I don't love it. Tennessee was there, Miami, Ohio, Santa Clara, but I just don't know if any of those teams I can count on parlaying.
I did think that was one of the harder ones.
Yeah.
Like I feel like if I look at like the East, I'm like, okay, I could see the Johnnies. I even see your South Florida case. I think UCF could. I even think UCF could. Right?
You know what? I'll talk my way out of St. Louis real quick because we've seen Miami, Ohio streak together wins. Like that's not a question mark, and we haven't seen them, punch up. It was the exact same thing I was talking about with St. Louis. Like Miami, Ohio can make some shots in, consistency. It's their defense that's been the question mark. They haven't.
I just feel like Tennessee will brute. I know Max said he's going to take them, but I think Tennessee.
They've got to hit. Tennessee's got to hit some shots.
True, but they'll beat you to death.
Kind of like Miami, Ohio against Tennessee more than I like St. Louis against Michigan. So give me Miami, Ohio.
I agree there. I do.
Give me Miami, Ohio to win 5 straight games and get out of the Midwest as my seed non-1 through 4. So that's for me. In this thing, I've got South Florida as the 11 to get out of the East in the bottom part of that bracket. I've got Vanderbilt as the 5 to get out of the South in the top right portion. Wisconsin as the 5 to get out of the West, and then in the Midwest, the non-top 4 seed is Miami, Ohio for me. Mac.
That is impressive. That is impressive right there. Hold on, Mac. Shout out Max back here, youtube.com/the college experience. I want to shout out Pure Ruckus. Hey guys, currently in a fucking tornado in West Tennessee. Pray for me. Prayers.
Jeez.
In a bathtub with my dog watching you guys on my phone. Well, dude, click that like button. I'm fucking around. I'm fucking around. But look, pretty scary stuff, man. I hope you're good, bro. And I appreciate you watching us in the middle of a fucking monsoon or whatever the fuck that'll be. Look, I hope you're okay, but it would be pretty wild if you're just getting swirled up and you're watching my stupid face. Anyway, Mac, what are you doing here we're taking teams from each region that 5 seed or higher to make the Final Four.
5 seed or higher to make the Final Four in the Midwest region. I think they could get picked off in the opening round, but with the way Texas Tech shoots the ball, I could see Texas Tech going on a run with Anderson and company. We've seen them even without Toppin beat Iowa State in Ames. They obviously already have a win against Duke on a neutral floor. So mine would be Texas Tech, even though I don't really love it, and I think they have their hands full against Akron.
Colby, I've done this exercise with Mac the last 3 years. I know where this is going now.
What?
Wow. What, four Big 12 schools?
This has always been 4 Big 12 schools.
It's the best league.
All right, West, non-1 through 4.
Non-1. I'm not taking BYU.
There's the honesty. See, I'm not pro Big 12 here. Look, I faded BYU.
The Big 12 is so good. They just got beat up by the
2 of their best players
team.
are injured.
Yormark's dumbass fucking tried to take out half the fucking league with that fucked up court. You fucking idiot. I think it's got to be Wisconsin. We've already hit the nail on the head like over and over. They're good against the Giants. They beat Illinois twice. They've already beaten Michigan and Ann Arbor. They already won at Purdue. I think you got to go Wisconsin if you're looking for the 5 or higher. I'll try not to give out all 5 seeds.
Yeah, that's what I got bored of doing the 5 seed thing, so I had to jump off. I went rogue with Santa Clara and who was my pick in the other one? Santa Clara, and who did I go with on the up top one, Bieniek? The West? NC State. I took NC State, dude.
Yeah, Colby took NC State.
I'll go 11 seed here. I'll go VCU. I've seen VCU play multiple times. Maybe that's what it is. And if they're making shots like they did the last 2 days to pair with their athletes and defense, VCU is going to be a fucking tough out. So VCU would be my 5 or higher in this region.
Yeah, I mean, look, it was just the low-hanging fruit. I had to make fun of the joke there, right? I mean, come on. Like, he's in a bathtub with his dog watching us. That's funny from the start. I mean, Pure Ruckus is my guy. I'd buy him 40 drinks if he was fucking with us in Vegas. But it's hilarious that he's in a bathtub and he's just pictured watching our dumbass say, ECU deserves to be in the tournament as the fucking siding in his house is flying off, right? Come on. He set me up with a joke first by watching during these crazy times. I appreciate you, man.
We appreciate you. Stay safe, Pure Ruckus.
What exercise do you want to do next? Because I did see
Mac still owes a East team.
Oh yeah, my bad.
Mean, I'm going with the Big 12 team here. Dude, TCU. Talk about punching up. TCU's been a team that fucking gets the big boys has showed up. They beat Florida. They beat Iowa State. They beat Texas Tech. I mean, this team always shows up against the big boy. They beat Wisconsin. TCU, give me one. I mean, I know I could take the Johnnies, but that would be everybody's answer. Fuck
yeah, that's not a bad pick. I like the TCU. So recap them real quick for us. So you had
TCU. VCU, Wisconsin, Texas Tech. Honestly, you didn't even need me. You could have predicted that those were going to be 5-4.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, I just can't get over it. We got to send you. What is a tornado kit? I know we have the earthquake kit. What do you do with the tornado kit?
What's Miami of Ohio to make the Final Four? 800 to 1.
You're getting silly,
Ohio.
dude. You're getting fucking silly over here.
Miami, Ohio is 800 to 1.
I get it. They were disrespected, but they're gonna get fucked up by some of these teams, dude. Like maybe they can get Rick Barnes because he's been known to fuck up, in March. Okay, but Final Four, you're getting a bit insane.
Yeah, they're getting fucked up by Iowa State.
They get to the Final Four. I'll find a tornado and jump in that fucking thing. All right.
The Maction page is gonna put a different photo of me if fucking Miami of Ohio goes to the fucking Final Four.
Yeah. Look, that would be amazing, but yeah.
Since we have Mac back, let's do the instant reaction Final Four picks. So Sunday night, it can change based on how we're feeling on Tuesday or whenever we finalize it, but Final Four picks.
Did you guys already give it out?
Nope.
No, not yet. Colby will lead.
This region's fucking crazy. Now we can let loose. There's no fucking hard out. Now we can talk shit.
I mean, for the value, I think Sparty in the East is what I'm going to pick on my bracket. Right as of right now, that'll be my team to get to the Final Four. The South. So Michigan State. Let's go with. Give me Houston. Up top in the West, let's go with Arkansas. Arkansas gets it done. In the Midwest, I think it's Michigan. I hate to go chalky. I think Michigan's got a nice schedule in front of them. I mean, Arizona does too, but when they lose to Long Island, then
Long Island's gonna have a nice schedule.
The West is my hardest to project because it's like I don't trust Tommy Lloyd. The BYU's trash, and I can see like Texas or NC State going deep there. Arkansas, Wisconsin are both super appealing to me to get to the Final Four, but I'll just say Arkansas for right now as my first reaction. Final Four right there. So once again, to recap. Arkansas, Michigan, Houston, Michigan State. McFire.
Sparty. Going to grind this thing out in DC just like they did in 2019, last time they were there. I think that one's going to get busted open with some upsets. I wanted to talk myself into Kansas, but I just don't want. I don't want to put my name associated with Darren Peterson. I'm done. I'm out on that guy. Next up, we got the. Whoops, let me hit that. There we go. I am going to be on Houston in the revenge game. I think they're going to beat Florida in the Elite Eight. They'll get their revenge from the Natty last year. So Kelvin Sampson and company back into the Final Four. So give me the Cougs. Next up.
So we agree so far.
Arizona Gonzaga Elite Eight. I'll go Arizona reluctantly. Everybody's got that.
He's sucking them off again.
I'm getting a little nervous. Everybody's trending with fucking Arizona, but I think they're going to lose in the Final Four. They're going to choke in the Final Four. I got him in the Final Four. Big 12 Mac is in full force. Give me my clones, baby. The path is great.
Oh, my God.
Michigan's going to get picked off. One of those Alabama beat it with all those threes, and then Iowa State beat Alabama.
You didn't say that on live TV, did you, just a little while ago? Because, I mean, I noticed like over 300 people just unsubscribed. Did you give out Iowa State to make the Final Four on live TV?
No, he didn't ask me, but I would endorse that. This is a great path. This is the best path they've had. I will be disappointed if they're not in the Elite Eight.
Yeah. I will be what about that path where they lost to Hampton in the first round?
That was in 99.
That path where they scored 42.
They had Jamal fucking Tinsley and Marcus Pfizer.
Lipsy remembers that. Lipsy had a broken hand. No wonder he couldn't make a jump shot. So to recap,
last year,
well, they lost to the two guards were out in the game against Ole Miss.
Yeah. He had the broken hand last year, not against Pitt.
He had an injury in the Pitt game too. He has an injury every year.
He's probably playing through an injury right now.
No, I talked to him. He's good. He's good to go. me and Otzelberger were on the same page this time around. So to recap, Big 12, flexing. Let's go. Arizona, Iowa State, Houston, and then we'll throw Sparty in because they're the real team of the Big 10.
Mine's simple. I'm staying true to a take that I had a week ago. I think even with the injuries, like we've seen Duke get pushed to the brink twice, and all they've done is make plays to finish the game in both instances in the ACC tournament. I think that's only prepared them to play without Foster and the other Boozer, Caden Boozer, has looked pretty dang good in replacement of Foster. So I'll stick with Duke. I got them coming out of the East. In the South is where I have Houston winning in Houston against Florida, getting revenge of the national championship game there. I think that Florida's guards still worry me a little bit. And ultimately, I think Houston, kind of gets revenge from last year's natty game. West, give me Arizona. I think they cruise through this one, honestly. The only team I see them having somewhat trouble against is Arizona, or is Wisconsin. I think that they would be able to handle Purdue if
wow. I mean, do I remind you that they lost to fucking Clemson, to Princeton, needed overtime against TCU as the 1-9 in the second fucking round under Tommy Lloyd?
I say that. I'll probably be betting against them against the spread quite a few of the games because in a minuscule window, like I think some teams might be able to play them close and Tommy Lloyd close, but
they have Jaden Bradley. Those teams had Kirk Kriisa. There's a difference.
And then
there's a huge difference.
And then the Midwest, give me Michigan. I've got the 3-1 seeds and then Houston in the Final Four. And yeah, that is my Final Four as of right now.
Well, and there is another difference. They were in the Pac-12 back then, so they were automatically soft back then. Now they
see, this is what I'm talking about. Now that they're in the gas station conference and Mac can identify with them not having gas. Now all of a sudden they're battle tested. They're gritty. They got everything that you want in a champ. Oh, how the fucking how the hell it changes. It's easy to see a tide turn here on the college basketball experience, folks. Is that our show? Do we have anything else we want to do?
No, and I can be bought. Matola's buying me beer. Matola's buying me beers in Vegas.
You're not gonna buy any beers. You're gonna. Matola's gonna say what's up to you, and you're gonna be like, "Give me one of those fuzzy navel shots."
The other
Small says me on her show tomorrow at 7. I can be bought. My vote can be bought.
The other topic that I cut out was survivor picks. So each region, let's go through and give out one survivor pick. Again, go over there, sportsgamblingpodcast.com. Sign up to join the survivor where we're giving out a $25,000 prize. So, guys, there is some strategy to this too. We don't want somebody to burn their 1 or 2 seed in the first round.
So, so I have Michigan State making the Final Four. So I don't want to take them against North Dakota State in the first one because I want to keep that survivor pick out there. So the strategy is very intriguing here. I'm gonna go. I think the play is at this point. I think it is. I think it's the Johnnies against Northern Iowa because I think they can get Northern Iowa, and I don't know if they can get Kansas. I don't know if they can get Duke. I don't know if they can get TCU, and I don't know if they can get Michigan State. So give me the Johnnies over Northern Iowa in the first side of this. What's that?
Oh wait, so we do
no. Feel free.
We'll pick them all of us in the East, and then we'll go to the.
Okay, Mac.
Go real quick.
I think it might be Kansas actually, because
that was my pick too.
I don't really like Kansas long term, just because Peterson, he may play one game and then be like, I don't know if I can do this tournament. I got a cramp. And
that's a good point.
Yeah,
and I think you're probably right then.
KU. They're my pick too. Like Cal Baptist is very iso ball, and I think that Kansas will be able to guard up Dom Daniels at least a little bit. I think he may still get his, and they'll still win.
Kai on the chat. Stop hating on Zona. They earned it, motherfucker. All right, I had them to win the fucking national championship.
How many times as a big seed have they lost?
They earned my fucking hate. All right, they earned it. This isn't me just randomly hating.
Track record, Matt.
Yeah.
Like TCU as a 9 or whatever.
Clemson got him,
and then Princeton. It's like, how many times?
You're naming all the times they were in the Pac-12. They're in a real league now, the Big 12. They almost
all these Pac-12
this
teams.
This is his 5th year, and he's lost 3 games as a favorite in the NCAA tournament. That's very hard to do.
That's what happens. All in the Pac-12. He has not lost as a favorite.
Look, obviously they look like the best team in the nation this year. They should have been the overall number 1 seed.
They should have.
But you can't be giving me shit. They have earned my fucking hating on them. All right, they have truly earned it.
Houston joins the Big 12, and they should have won the damn daddy last year. God damn, I can't believe they lost that game to your fucking Gators still.
In the second region, or the South, that is, I will take, because you want to preserve. This one's interesting, actually. Very interesting.
I think in this region you go Illinois.
Yeah,
against Penn.
Penn ain't gonna beat them. No way. They're gonna. This is one team Euro fucking the foo run up the score type shit.
Yeah,
I don't know. The IB beat Arizona.
Illinois is not beating Houston, is how I view it. So you've got 2 chances to use the 3 seed in this region, right? And are you going to want to use them against VCU? I think VCU could be more live than Penn. Same with North Carolina. Like I think now's the time to use Illinois.
And Underwood fucked up McCaffrey when he was at Iowa.
Yeah,
that is true. That is true. That is true. But what did when it wasn't the Ivy League team that Princeton that beat that Arizona team? You said it was Kirk Risha.
Yeah,
he's a Euro. He's a Euro. Watch out.
All right.
He's not on that Euro team.
I hate
so are we? What's your pick on this, Colby? On this region, then, if you're not going Illinois?
It's probably the smartest play. I think it probably is the smartest play because I think everyone else is live for an upset. I'll say. I think it's Illinois because I don't like Underwood long term either. So I don't want to take them in the later rounds. I'd rather keep Vanderbilt alive. Yeah. So I agree. The Illini.
All right, West.
To the West. No, that's not happening. I think it's the Zags against Kennesaw.
Are we worried about Purdue at all?
I'm worried.
Like they struggle with athletes, and Queens is athletes.
Well, and so Purdue's I wouldn't say I'm worried about Purdue against Queens. I'm worried about them against possibly Missouri or Miami.
Yeah, because they have athletes too.
Yeah. Those athletes are better than Queens athletes. Queens is one of the worst defenses in America. I think they're like 340th defensively. I think Purdue will win that game. That's my survivor is the Boilermakers in this. Because Missouri in St. Louis is not a fun draw. Miami and Jay Lucas have played super well all year long. So I think that could be somewhat of a tough matchup for Purdue. And then if they get Gonzaga, like I don't think that one's free. I don't think they're free against Arizona. So I would use them in round one.
You ready? I mean, I got the Midwest really penciled in. I've honed in on this one.
Do you agree on Purdue as the survivor in the West?
No, for me, I told you mine. I'm going Zags, keeping Purdue alive.
Mac,
I like the Zags far, so I have them in the Elite Eight. So I will go Purdue.
Okay,
just because they're gonna be playing out west. So man,
last one
at 2%.
The last one in the Midwest. I'm all over Iowa State against Tennessee State. Get your win while you can. Get your win while you can with these phony ass Cyclones.
Oh, we're going to the Final Four, baby.
You better
bet the
I'm a Clones guy. I want them to go to the Final Four. I want them to win the national championship. Remember on week 0, you were in your K-State shirt, and I was in my Cyclone shirt as they flushed the toilets on your fucking Wildcat Dreams there. And Chris Kleiman hasn't been able to recover since.
He retired.
Yeah. Avery Johnson's question is everything in life.
I think
what you gotta do is you gotta make shots. What's that?
I think my survivor in the Midwest is Texas Tech. Like Akron is talented. They have some former high major players. John Gross in the tournament against power competitions just it's not been a good track record. I'll go Red Raiders there with McCaslin to get the job done in round 1. And then who knows? They could get bounced against Bama. They could get bounced against Michigan. Like I just don't see Tech going super far. Give me them as my round 1 survivor in this one.
John Gross at Akron. At Ohio, he was a wagon.
Akron, yes.
Yeah, at Ohio, he had a Sweet 16. He almost beat Carolina too. He beat Georgetown, and I forget who else they beat.
No, he this is his 4th dance in like 5 years, and he has not come close to keeping one within 10, I believe.
But Wilmington gave Texas Tech a battle last year. He almost beat UCLA. They should have
beat UCLA.
They should have beat UCLA.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not looking for a 25-point win with the round 1 survivor. I'm looking to like just barely get by and say, yeah, that was the great move. Get rid of the team that, so.
Folks, we are just getting started with college hoops.
Mac, did you give a pick?
No, I don't know what I want. Yeah, I did Virginia.
This guy's just giggling over here.
Like I'm just looking at. I don't know Virginia. I don't think Virginia. I think Virginia's too good to get picked off by Wright State. I'd watch Wright State. I don't think they have the size to beat.
I agree.
Virginia. So I'll go those phony Wahoos, and then they'll fucking lose to Rick Barnes. Or no, they're gonna lose to Miami of Ohio.
Damn right. Let's go. Red Hawks.
Let's go.
Miami of Ohio to the Final Four.
So people have been asking, when are we picking these games ATS?
Never.
Well, I mean, shit, we've got NIT games starting Tuesday, so we'll be back tomorrow.
You're damn right we will. And tomorrow we will talk the NIT, but we'll also be talking over the next couple of days every single game in the NCAA tournament.
Yep.
Locks, dogs, teases. Well, not teases, but money line plays.
If you've been here all season long, you know the deal.
Good Lord, it's midnight and we're done.
Yeah.
What the hell are we gonna do? We can sleep.
I got to do another show. Moneyline Max on Twitter.
It's 9 p.m. for this guy. So
sounds like I'm going to get drunk.
Yeah, go to Bill's Tacos. Walk in there.
They put on the
usual
show. I'm gonna get fucked up and heckle these guys.
Just be aware Vegas is coming. You got what? 48 hours? 48 hours to Vegas? Let's go.
I've been going for fucking a long time. Just carry it over into it.
Yes, the Sports Gambling Podcast will be up next, talking college hoops, and West Virginia is a part of the crowd, so Mac may just stay in Vegas.
Hey, we're live.
Yeah, they didn't announce that they're not playing, so I
No,
know
they
some
announced
people.
They accepted
Oh,
it.
they accepted
we
it.
got our way. We said we're playing.
I know some people were doing the math because the NIT came out, and Grand Canyon and I believe it was Boise are not in the NIT, so they're assuming they're crown bound.
Good, get him out of here. Get him out of here.
I saw DeVries decline the invitation again. So is he taking another job again at midnight?
Yeah. Well, shout out to Navy who's in the NIT. I saw that.
DeVries to Syracuse.
Yeah. DeVries. Folks, we'll be back in a little bit here. Like, honestly, not very long. We'll be talking college hoops on the Sports Gambling Podcast, so check out that. And then tomorrow we are back talking college hoops every single game for the rest of the season. Even the fucking crown we cover. All right. The crown, the NIT, and obviously the 68 team NCAA tournament, which should not be expanded.
One of us gave out the winner in the crown last year for Nebraska. Was it me?
I think it was you, Bieniek.
Yeah. I
think it was you.
I know one of us had a fucking day with the futures. So
I think it was you. It's hard to remember the crown.
Yeah, it's hard to remember that tournament at all. That's how much it lasts.
They beat UCF. They beat UCF.
I think I had UCF winning it.
Well, and so that's a testament to that tournament. Like you could start some momentum into next year. Nebraska
that's true.
And UCF and the Dance, the Mountaineers, they're going to be in the Final Four next year.
The NIT was awesome last year. That was the best NIT in like fucking 30 years.
That NIT was so fun.
And it's going to be awesome again this year.
It's in Indy, right, Mac?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to Final Four.
Let's go.
Yeah,
let's go.
Tailgate report. Huff and Troy we already got that thing locked in. Bieniek, if
let's
you want to down.
fucking go.
Hey, if it's an open invite, I might be able to make it work.
Yeah.
I just want these shows. What do you mean? I'm the only one going to do a bunch more shows. I got to do a bunch more shows right now. Just need to get a coffee in me. Been on the road. There's no direct flights anymore.
Enjoy your show.
Yeah. Give Mollyline Mac a follow on Twitter at Mollyline_Mac. Also, gas up your cars, your vehicles. All right. Noah Bieniek is on Twitter at NoahB77_. Check out the college baseball experience. And check out the college football experience as well. Sports Gambling Podcast, college basketball coming up soon. You better start thinking about yours. And we are out of here. Happy, merry March, people. If I can find my sound drop.
My cellie's off, so I can't be found. I'm on a worldwide tour, touring every fucking curtain down. They say the Lord watches over my sins, over my head, watching hair as it thins, over the ledge and ain't letting me in. There's still regiments and relevance to letting me win. Win, win, lose or draw. You ain't prepared unless you all ready to lose it all. Losing a brawl? Yeah, that's a brighter day. Good friends know my Nina Hideaway. They came and went, but the riders stay. So it's like I won the lottery and can't be found. Until I resurface with the latest purchase. 33 and a third and 45 circles. You ain't got that shit. And I ain't 45 king. But on the beats, I've been doing my thing. I start the program and the doorbell ring. I gotta leave town to a place I can't be found. My cellie's off, so I can't be found. I'm on a worldwide tour, touring every fucking curtain down. American dreams, lessons, and still they work. I guess the sand on the beach still was really dirt. Now I'm going home, flying over Rome at 30,000 feet. Like, damn, is that really Earth? I see the killers work on walls, familiar turf. Got a little school in graph, 101 was first. Got a little school in math, didn't really work. But put the numbers on the block and I make them hurt. Any block is my star.